All right, I'm back for our book of the day. Yesterday, Miss Robertson read our book of the day, but today we're back to our books of the day. So to tie in with our Monday book of the day about Mae Jemison, I thought I would read you this story called Astro Girl. The character in this book is not an actual person, but it's inspired by true events. So, Astro Girl by Ken Wilson Max. Astrid loved the stars and space ever since she could remember. I want to be an astronaut, Astrid told her best friend Jake as they gazed up at the stars. Will you bring me an asteroid when you come back from space? Asked Jake. Of course I will, Jakey. I want to be an astronaut, Astrid said at breakfast. Are you sure? Papa asked. You'll have to go round and round the earth in your spaceship. He swung her around. I can do that, Astrid said, giggling. What about eating food out of a tube or a package every day? I can do that, said Astrid as she munched on her cereal bar. Okay, Astro Girl, you'll also have to get used to zero gravity. Papa threw her up in the air. I can do that all day long, Astrid laughed. What about all the science experiments? Asked Papa. Could you do those, my brave explorer? No problem, said Astrid, and they made rocket ship cookies. Will a space cadet like you be able to sleep on your own among the stars? Papa asked. I think that will be very hard, but I'll do it, Astrid whispered. At last, it was time to go get Mama. Astrid wore her favorite space t-shirt. At the Space Center, Astrid and her papa moved to the front of the crowd just as the doors opened. Mama! Astrid gave her mama a big kiss. I missed you, said Astrid. I want to be an astronaut just like you, said Astrid. You're my hero. Astrid has learned a lot about being an astronaut. The word astronaut comes from two Greek words, astron meaning star and naut meaning sailor. So like star, sailor. American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first to land on the moon in the lunar module Eagle on July 20th, 1969. We're going to learn more about this later on this year because I love this story. The first animal to go into orbit was a dog named Laika on a Russian Sputnik 2 spacecraft on November 3rd, 1957. Can you imagine a dog in space? How cool is that? Okay, let's go ahead and look at these other famous astronauts. Valentina Tereshkova from Russia was the first woman in space in 1963. Shannon Lucid from the United States set an early record for the longest time spent in space by a woman, 188 days in 1966. Mae Carol Jemison was the first African-American woman in space in 1992. Helen Sharman was the first British astronaut and the first woman to visit the Mir space station in 1991. Kalpana Chawla was the first woman born in India to go to space in 1997. Space food is freeze-dried so that way it won't spill and cause any damage to machines. Fruit, bread, and nuts are okay as they are. Sometimes you might go to a store and they have like space food. I don't know if you've ever seen that. So they had, one time my kids tried one that was called an ice cream sandwich, and it was like space food, and it was in a vacuum sealed bag, which means all the air was sucked out of it. And it was like an ice cream sandwich, but it tasted like a cracker. So just know if you're an astronaut, there's not really good food. Astronauts train underwater to create the feeling of floating in space. And that's the end. So today in your Seesaw, I'm actually going to post another video on this page for Seesaw that shows cool science experiments that astronauts do in outer space. So I want you to take a look at those and see how space is different. And that's it. So we'll talk to you later. Astro Girl, great book. It is fiction though. Astrid is not an actual astronaut, but it's a great story. And it kind of reminded me of the Mae Jemison story. So I put them together in the same week. So we'll see you later and have a great day. Bye.